Patricia. I'm currently a 7th semester student of International Business Management in Patricia University. In my final year, it will be necessary for me to reflect on my readiness to enter and join the real business world. To measure my readiness, first I need to know about myself better and know what kind of person I am. Thus, in this presentation, I would like to use action learning equation by Professor Patricia. These tools will help me to understand myself better and show me the process to achieve my goals.
First is what. What I know about myself will be explained by the 4 attributes that actually represent who I am. Those 4 attributes are adaptable, conscientious, analytical, and straightforward. Adaptable means I feel easy to adjust to new environments and feel excited to meet new people. Conscientious means I always want to do the best that I can and being responsible of what I've done. Analytical means I always think about the consequences of doing something. And lastly, straightforward means I tend to be frank to other people. However, this might become my weakness as I sometimes forget the emotional factor of a person. However, knowing my individual key attributes is not enough. I need to know myself better by doing the self-assessment test. The tests were done to know my individual competence, team capacity, and organization capability. First, individual competence will be measured by 3 kinds of tests: learning styles, entrepreneur GET test, and Big 5 personality test. Moving on to the first test. From this test, I have a high score in reflector and pragmatist. As a reflector, I'm a person who always thinks before taking action, trying to look and listen from different angles and perspectives. While as a pragmatist, I like to turn theories into more practical actions. And what I'm not is actually an activist, who is the exact opposite of a reflector who tends to follow structural order in doing something. From the GET test, it is shown that I'm a task-oriented and full of determination, showing through high scores in it for achievements and drive and determination. However, I need to improve in the creative tendency as it is one of the most important factors of an entrepreneur. From the Big 5 personality test, conscientiousness is the highest, showing that I'm an honest and hardworking person, while neuroticism is the lowest, which is good, as it means that I'm not being too emotional and moody in doing my jobs. Next is the team capacity, which will be measured by Belbin's model, showing my high score as an implementer, which is in line with my description as a pragmatist. I'm also a specialist, a shaper, and completer in a team, who like to make sure that the job was done properly by every members of the team. So in conclusion, I hold the action-oriented role in a team. Lastly, the organization capability will be measured by the leadership effectiveness. The test has shown that I am the best in negotiating, setting direction, and motivating people, meaning that I do not easily follow people's opinion or directions. After doing all of those tests, now I can conclude that I'm currently in the level of contributing team leader. Further, I would like to be professional C coach, in which I will become more professional and able to help other people in doing business. Next, what I know about myself is of course my vision, missions, and values. My vision is actually to get recognized as professional financial analyst, which also helps businesses in making decisions. With that vision, my current mission is to be accepted as the financial analyst in multinational consulting firm. During the process to achieve my mission and vision, I will always implement my values of responsibility, hardworking, punctual, and full of determination. However, during the process to achieve it, will be always influenced by self-discovery to develop myself. Now, why I need to know myself will be explained by the 5 whys of self-discovery. Why self-discovery is important? It is because it involves finding the intellectual, emotional, social, and adversity capital, which are indeed important to improve myself. While self-awareness is vital, it is to know my strengths and weaknesses, and to know how to overpower my own weaknesses. why self-management is needed. It will help me to plan and determine the strategy to achieve my goals. Why do I always need to develop myself? Because it is equal to self-improvement, which includes the improvement of the overall quality of my life. Lastly, why the benefits of self-discovery are perpetual? Because self-discovery itself is an endless process, of which allowing me to have the continuous improvement. After knowing myself better, the next question will be when I will achieve my goals. My future career plan will consist of 1, 3, 5, and 10-year plans. 1 year after I graduate from IBM, I will be the management trainee of finance division in one multinational enterprises in Indonesia. 3 years after that, I want to work as a financial analyst in one of multinational consulting firm in Indonesia. Moreover, I would like to get my certified financial analyst. After I get some experiences as financial analyst, I will continue my master degree in finance and get professional work experiences in the UK. 10 years from now, I will have become international financial analyst. In attaining those projected career plan, I will always be influenced by individuals, who is myself, stakeholders such as families, friends, and then lecturers, especially Professor Dr. Casey Chan, and organizations such as IBM, my internship experiences, and my future companies. Now, how I manage myself to achieve my goals will be explained better by input process output diagram. The output will be what I want to be, that is financial analyst, a person who analyzes financial data by collecting, monitoring, and creating financial models for decision support. The input will be my current building blocks of competence, knowledge, and skill, which consists of my self-assessment of individual competence, my knowledge I got from IBM, the experiences that I got from internship, the intelligence, the 4 attributes as my traits, and my goals to be financial analyst. Further, my building blocks of competence will be upgraded into portfolio, programs, and projects. The process involves my projects after I graduate from IBM by considering the cost, scope, and also schedule. To monitor and control my self-management, I have built my own key performance indicator consisting of job acceptance, salary, and the key indicators of the financial analyst. Job acceptance refers to the direct acceptance after I graduate from IBM. My target salary is above 30 million, while as a financial analyst, I would like to handle more than 50 cases before I continue my master degree program. Thus, in conclusion, this is going to be my IPO diagram. I believe that self-development is a transition process from initial competence to enhanced competence, where it can go right, but sometimes it also can go wrong. The first 3 steps are depend on myself. It is more about my internal issues, while the last 2 steps can go wrong due to the external problems. It can go right if during my study I keep on doing self-discovery, focus on my vision, and able to implement what I have learned in IBM. Which then leads to the next question of how much I have learned in IBM. During my studies in IBM, I have better time management, which I have implemented in the whole process of my study in IBM. When I got complex and packed assignments, I also learned about holistic thinking, in which shaped the way I think to solve the real case project given by Professor Dr. Casey Chan. Lastly, I learned about action learning process, in which I have implemented also during my studies in IBM, allowing me to learn from mistakes and learning by doing. How much I have learned in IBM will be important to further develop myself. From all of the actions learning process that I have done, I realized that I'm currently at the level of conscience competence, which also means I need to improve myself to reach mastery. If I want to be an outstanding person, I need to increase all of these 6 powers. In stamina powers, I need to keep doing self-discovery, which will discover my true potentials. For the communication power, I need to expand my connection and networking. While in the expert power, I need to keep developing my knowledge and skill. To be able to improve my level of leadership in the adaptive power. As a response power, I need to redefine my new individual competence. And lastly, the execution power will be the execution capability to achieve my goals.
So, to conclude my presentation, I have talked about my self-discovery, my self-management, my future career plan, and also my self-development to achieve my goals. In these opportunities, I would like also to thank Professor Dr. Casey Chan for teaching us for the whole 4 semesters. Now, before I end my presentation, I would like to close with the closing axiom. Knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power.